So I want you to think about something. What if your website isn't just a digital brochure, but it's actually your most important delivery truck? Today, we're going to completely reframe how we look at web design. We'll explore why your site's performance, its speed, how clear it is, how professional it feels, is the very first delivery your brand ever makes. And honestly, why getting that right is absolutely crucial.
Let's start with something we can all relate to. Outside of the digital world for a second. Imagine you order the exact same couch from two different stores. Company 1, they show up on time, the team is professional, communication is great. Company 2, though, they're late, seem totally disorganized, and the truck looks like it's seen better days. Now, the couch is identical, but your experience? Worlds apart. That feeling, that impression, the delivery itself leaves you with, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
So, how do we take that real-world feeling and apply it to the digital space? Well, here's our delivery route for today. First, we'll talk about why the experience can matter even more than the product itself. Then, we'll translate that to your website's first impression, put a number on its value, see how it turns happy clients into your best marketers, and finally, wrap it all up with what we're calling your digital handshake.
All right, first stop, quality that goes way beyond the product. Look, in today's crowded market, just having a great product, that's just the price of admission. The real game changer, the thing that makes you stand out, is the delivery. That smooth, professional, seamless experience that wraps around it. And this really gets to the core of it, emotional satisfaction. A great delivery isn't just about logistics. It's about making a customer feel like you actually value their time, that you respect them. That feeling of competence and care, that's what builds a real emotional connection to your brand, setting you apart in a way your product, by itself, just can't.
Okay, so if a real-world delivery can create such a powerful feeling, how does that happen online? Well, it all comes down to that very first impression, that split second when someone lands on your website for the first time. And this is what we're calling digital delivery. Your website is the first vehicle that delivers on your brand's promise. Its design, its speed, how easy it is to use, it all instantly sends a message about your professionalism, your trustworthiness, and frankly, how much you care about the customer's experience. The parallels here are actually pretty direct and honestly kind of powerful. A professional uniform on a delivery person, that's your clean, modern web design. Clear communication from the driver, that's your simple, intuitive navigation. And an on-time arrival? Well, that's your site's loading speed. Every single one of these things signals respect. So what are the red flags of a bad digital delivery? Well, a slow-loading site is basically that late delivery truck. Confusing navigation is like a driver who can't tell you when your package will arrive. Broken links, dated visuals, a site that's a mess on mobile, all of these are just screaming that you don't really value your customer's experience.
Now, avoiding those red flags isn't just about, good manners. It's about good business. So let's talk about the actual tangible value, the real price tag of a great digital experience.
I've got a question for you. And just think about it for a second. How much more do you think customers are willing to pay, not for a better product, but just for a better experience? The answer is kind of mind-blowing. A staggering 86%. The overwhelming majority of people will happily pay more just for a better customer experience. This proves that investing in your website isn't just an expense, it's a direct investment in your revenue stream.
And that 86%, it makes perfect sense when you stop and think about it. That first positive experience on your website, that first successful delivery, that's where trust begins. It's the foundation that all future loyalty is built on. And that loyalty, it pays you back in a huge way. A great digital delivery doesn't just get you a repeat customer, it turns that customer into your most powerful marketing tool of all, a referral.
You can actually trace this value chain directly. It all starts with a great user experience. That initial good vibe builds trust. Trust, over time, creates loyalty. And what do loyal customers do? They give you the best kind of marketing on the planet. Organic, word-of-mouth referrals.
This quote just sums it up perfectly. That satisfaction, which might have started with something as simple as a website that was easy to use, leads directly to word of mouth. And that is so powerful because it comes with trust already baked in. Your website basically becomes the engine for your entire referral pipeline.
So, how do we put all this into action? Let's bring it all home with this idea of a digital handshake. The key things you can do to make sure that first digital impression is a strong and confident one.
So, what does a great digital delivery actually look like?
Here is your quick checklist. Does your site work perfectly on a phone? Does it load in a snap? Is it super easy to find what you're looking for? And does the branding feel strong and professional? These are the fundamentals, the absolute must-haves.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to this one core idea. Your website is the very first delivery of your brand promise. Before any product is shipped, before any service is performed, your site has already made a delivery, an impression of reliability, professionalism, and care.
So, the question I want to leave you with is this. What message is your digital delivery sending right now? Is it one that builds trust and creates loyalty, or is it maybe getting lost in transit? Thanks for tuning in.